Lions fans, we got the Giants this week. Got to take this game serious. Can't go in here and just think it's going to be peaches and flowers and everything is going to be easy. I watched that game against Green Bay. They almost won that game. We cannot go in here and mess around and not take this game serious. We got to take care of business. We got to jump on them quick, put our foots on their neck, and keep the pressure applied. Let's talk about it.
Hey, King paying for gas.
All right, so let's talk about it, right? New York Giants. Again, we got to take this game serious, all right? So, watching that Green Bay game, Jameis Winston did a really good job. He was making some really good throws for him. They did a decent job protecting him against that defensive front that the Green Bay Packers have. But, of course, Jameis threw his traditional interception at the end of the game, and that cost them the game at the end there. But they did a really good job against Jordan Love. They found ways to create pressure on the defense to keep that offense stagnant for a while. And that's what I have the most concern about with the Detroit Lions. We don't know who's playing and who's not. You see Rodriguez is back for the defense, but on the offensive side, when you look at the injury report, we had four guys on the offensive line, on that injury report. And that's not good, man. Our defense is definitely going to have to step up again this game. We're going to have to try to do a decent job protecting Jared Goff, but we got to keep them from scoring points. We cannot allow the Giants to score points against us. That cannot happen. The possibility of getting guys like Reed back, that's up in the air. Dan Campbell said, he was hopeful about it, but we cannot let that happen. We got to keep those guys, under control. We cannot let them throw touchdowns against us. I don't know if Dart, I haven't had a chance to check, but I don't know if Dart is going to be back this week or the extent of his injury. But even if it's him or Jameis Winston, we cannot allow that to happen. Listen, man, Jared Goff got to come back and have a clean game. You know what I'm saying? Got to come back and have a clean game. Last game, the offense, they didn't protect him. But like I said, you got to find ways to make things happen out there. You got to find ways to protect the football. And you got to find ways to get guys, into a rhythm on that offense. Amon-Ra St. Brown is probably, on a juggler machine right now. I'm pretty sure he's motivated to catch everything that comes his way when it comes to his catching. But Jameson Williams today, I seen a little press conference today with him, and he said, as far as the touchdown situation go, he said that he did not know about the end zone. But like I said, that young fella, you got to pick up a rule book or something. The I did not knows are not going to fly. If that was a playoff game, we'll be pitchforks and torches coming after you right now. The mistakes, I'm saying, that type of stuff, it can't happen. Even though it is an absolutely atrocious rule, it's stupid. It's so stupid and petty. You can't do that. You can't do that. Dan Campbell said that it was a great play and don't do it again. That's what he told J-Mo. And J-Mo said a lot of the guys was saying, hey, it's not your fault, but don't do it again. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, it is my fault. So he did take ownership of it, but at the same time, just things you got to know. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind celebrations, man, but let's just keep it at a minimum. A little routine with your teammates, a dance here and there, and get back to the sideline. If it was me, everybody would be like Barry Sanders. Just toss the damn ball to the ref. What were you celebrating for? We ain't won yet. You know what I'm saying? I hate first down celebrations. I'll deal with the end zone. I hate first down celebrations, man. Every time somebody get a first down, they got to let you know and point towards. I'm like, come on, bro. So that's me personally. I ain't trying to be the old man on the couch, but it's annoying. It gets annoying sometimes. Just get the ball, direct the ball, man, and get back in the huddle and get ready for the next play. You did all that celebrating all the way down the field, and then you got to the red zone, and y'all ain't even score. You did all that work for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So If I was a coach, yeah, my players would probably be a little upset with me. So I'll leave that to Dan Campbell. Like I said, when it comes to Dan Campbell, obviously, he's going to be calling the offense. And like I said, I didn't have a problem with the offense. And when he decided to go for it on fourth down, the only one that I had a problem with is when we were right on the goal line. You got to take those points, at least that there. I get being a little nervous and scared because you watched your kicker miss multiple kicks before the game. So I kind of get the other ones, but when you're right there on the goal line, you got to, settle down, keep your nerves at bay, and you got to go for it. But one thing that you guys got to understand that even with Dan Campbell calling plays, this is the real first go at it where he's taking that playbook. You know what I'm saying? And he's done it before for a couple of games or so until they got, new coordinator and all that stuff, right? But it's a learning curve for him too. It's a learning curve for Dan Campbell too, because it's a lot when you're the play caller and the head coach. You on the mics and everything else. You got all this chatter going. You got to make sure the right personnel is in the game. It's a lot. So, guys, people like Andy Reid been doing it for a long time. But Dan Campbell, this is this is a learning curve for him. So, like I said, I give him leeway on that. But when you're on the goal line, kick the ball. So, take the chip shot. But yeah, like I said, we got to go into this game and make sure that their D-line don't get to us, and do some type of decent job protecting Jared Goff. But we got to get, guys like David Montgomery the ball a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Under 10 carries is not a great day for the Detroit Lions. And every single time we do this, we lose. Every time we do this, we lose, man. He has to get the football. He needs to run the ball. I get it. Gibbs is the premier guy now. He's the star back. I get it. But David Montgomery has to get touches, bro. They are Sonic and Knuckles for a reason. Let's not go away from that. Ben Johnson knew what he was doing. Let's keep the Ben Johnson thing going. All right. So, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? It sucks that Laporta is going to be out for a while. We need that. That's, obviously one of the safety blankets for Jared Goff. But, it makes it a little bit easier to defend the Detroit Lions because you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is going to get majority of those passes. It sucks the fact that we can't find ways to get guys more involved. You got Khalif Raymond. You got Tesla. We got to find some type of way to get those guys open and mix it up a little bit. Brock Wright can catch. You know what I'm saying? So we can't keep trying to force the ball to Amon-Ra St. Brown if you're Jared Goff. You got to find ways to get other guys the ball, and we got to keep throwing that ball out the backfield to Gibbs. It works every single time. Not only Gibbs, but Montgomery too. He's good at catching the football too. We got to find ways to spread that ball around and get it out, man. Get it out quick. Get the ball out quick. No behind the – we're not throwing them screen passes off to the side. We need to get the ball out quick. Throw it to the underman until that defense respects you. That's what we have to do. Football is not a hard thing. It's not hard, right? Says the guy sitting in this chair in front of the camera. But it's not hard, man. It's really not. And like I said, a lot of the times when, we lose these games, we're shooting ourselves in the foot for no apparent reason. It makes no sense. None at all. So, I don't know. That's where I'm at with it, man. But, when you're looking into this game, obviously, the game afterward is the biggest one. That's the one I got another asterisk by. But we can't look past this game. We got to go and make up for that terrible performance the offense had last game. And then keep it moving from there. We cannot afford to lose games. You see how tight the race is and how we fell to number 3 so easily. We cannot afford to lose stupid football games. We got to go take care of business. Green Bay, we got it out for you. You better get ready too. So, with that said, leave it in the comments section, man. Do you think the Detroit Lions are going to come blow them out the water, take care of business? Or you think this might be a game where, man, we kind of let our foot off the gas? What are we doing? Leave it in the comment section, man. I'm looking forward to it. And make sure you guys smash the like button for your boy. I'll see you guys later on this week. Peace.